Well, hey everyone, it's Carol J. Dunlop, your online wow strategist. Let me just check really quick. I want to make sure that I'm online here. I think I am. That I'm live. Just have to make sure. You know how it is sometimes I see. Oh, I think I see it. Hey everyone, it's
Okay,
Carol
I
J.
see it. I
Dunlop,
see
your
it.
online wow strategist. Let me just check really quick. All right, so I am online and I have to move some stuff around because I got like all these windows and I don't want to be distracted. Okay, I think I'm good now. How are you doing? I hope everyone is doing well, whether you're watching this live or you're watching this on demand. And today I came without any makeup because we don't always need makeup, right? And I didn't want to do it. So I said, if I didn't want to do it, I'm not doing it. I know some people are coming in, so y'all are welcome. I hope that this helps you in some way. So, what we're doing, in case you don't know, we are going through this book, The Purpose Driven Entrepreneur Daily Prayer Journal. And this is actually week 6. I actually missed last week. I don't know, something happened. I missed last week. But this is actually the 6 weeks. We're going to be doing it for 12 weeks. So we're about halfway through. And I have some great news. Wait, I wanted to check one thing. Ooh, okay. All right, cool. This thing. Week 6. I actually missed last week. I don't know. Something happened. I missed last week. Oh. But this is actually the 6 weeks. We're going to be doing it for 12 weeks. So we're about halfway through. There we go. I'm just talking all over the place. My goodness. Here we go. I don't know why that whole channel showed up. I didn't want that to happen. I wanted the there's the chat. Okay. I think that's right. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, so I got all of me talking all over the place is now done. And I think that I can close this window. I'm still kind of getting used to doing this thing. So I have a couple of different windows that I'm using. I'm using OBS, I'm using YouTube, and I think I got it now. You know, it's kind of crazy. And so I wanted to let you know about some things that are happening. So we've been doing this, like I said, this is week 6. We've been doing this Purpose-Driven Entrepreneur Daily Prayer Journal where we go through and talk about your entry for the day and, go through the prayer part, all of that. And so I've just been staying very, very positive with this thing. I haven't been, a couple of them, I think, that there's a part in here, and I'll show you this piece. There's a part where you can, like, summarize your last 5 days. There we go. Here, can you see that? Let me see. There we go. So on that part, you can summarize, like, your last 5 days and just think about, what happened and what you wanted to do, what didn't happen, and all of that. So I have been doing that. I've been staying really, really positive. A couple of times have been like, I need to get through some things, but overall, it's been great. And I landed this book contract from this client that I'm so happy to work with. So I've been manifesting these things. I've been manifesting that I want more money in my business, of course. That's what we all want, right? More clients to come to me, of course. And I want to showcase to my clients how awesome they are as well. Let me see. I want to make sure that I'm on top of things because when people come in, I want to make sure I can let them in here. So let me just put this over here, and that should be. Yeah, I'm moving this window so I can see when people come in the Zoom, if I need to let them in. Oh, that's going to be distracting. I don't want to do that one. Let's just put this here. Oh, if I do it up here, yay, if I do it there, that way I can see if people come in. Good deal. Because I get distracted really easy, and I want that to happen. So anyway, I signed this contract yesterday with my client on a book that's going to be coming out probably, I'm thinking we're probably going to have it late March, early April. And April, May, and June are going to be really busy for me this year because in April, let's say that client's book comes out. Then I have another client whose book is just about ready. We actually just finished the last manuscript part, and now we're going back in and doing all the other grammar stuff that you have to do, and plus putting the little interesting pieces in there, some pictures. I mean, he has a lot of pictures, and his life story is totally awesome. I can't wait for you to read it. So we're going back and tweaking some things and putting that in there, and building the book up. So that's probably going to be out March or April, I'm thinking. Probably, let's say, probably that's going to be the end of March. The other book that I just signed on to do is probably going to be the end of April. And then in May, my mom book is going to be out, and that is Prayers and Inspirations for Mompreneurs. And then in June, my dad book is going to be out, Prayers and Inspiration for Dadpreneurs. And can I tell you a secret? Don't tell anybody. I finally got my husband to come in. And the reason that this is a spiritual download that I got to do the two books, the mom and the dad book, right? And so the dad book, I never knew my father, although he just lived down the street from me. Never knew him, and I never met him. But him and my mom stayed married for 50 years. That's a long story too. And they were not living together, and didn't really have a dad per se in my life. But I did have my grandmother's second husband, who I called Daddy Frank. I had him for the first 6 years of my life, and he treated me so awesomely and wonderful. So I want to give homage to the good dads that are out there, the good fathers that are out there, the good men who are raising their families, who are inspiring their families. And that's why I'm doing the dad book. So I finally got my husband to say, okay, he's going to come in. I'm so happy because he had an awesome dad. Sadly, I did not get to meet him. Both his parents and my parents are long gone from this earth, so we did not get to meet each other, but that's okay. Sometimes it's you gotta deal with what you got. And I wanted to pay homage to my awesome mother and all the dads and stuff that are out there. So March, April, May, June, 4 months. I'm going to be bringing out a new book each month. I'm so happy about that, and I know it's because that I have really just channeled my energy into doing the things that God has told me to do in the spiritual downloads that he gives me. He's been channeling me to do these things, and I'm doing them, and now it's coming to fruition. I'm so happy, so happy. One more time, I don't have to check that because I can see it up here. All right, so we usually start this. Where's my book? We usually start out with the word for the week. And the word for the week, I wanted to, now I can't. All right, hold on one second. I have to do this. The word, why am I not typing? It's not letting me type for some reason. Why not? I don't know. I don't know why it's not letting me type. Oh, this crazy thing. I tell you, it's always one thing or another. On. I don't know why this thing isn't letting me type. Well, hold on one minute. Maybe my thing has run out. I don't know. Let me see if I can charge it. Hold 1 second. A few minutes later. I don't know. Oh yeah, it needed charging. Why didn't you tell me it needed charging? Jeez. The word for the week is worship. There we go. Now, getting the hang of it all. I love it. Okay, the word for the week is worship. And I'm going to read from this book, Focus. All right, worship. How precious is your steadfast love, O God. The children of mankind take refuge in the shadow of your wings. And that's from Psalm 36:7. Imagine you were given a manual that told you everything about how to live a fruitful life, how to have joy, where to find peace. It has it all. But along with the manual, you have the opportunity to talk to the author of that manual anytime you want. And I just have to point out something right now, because in today's page that we're filling out, the verse says, "And this is love." And we're talking about authors. So, this is all divinely inspired. I have to tell you, it's all divinely inspired. All right, so let me get on here. But along with the manual, you have the opportunity to talk to the author of that manual anytime you want. You can ask questions, you can present your doubts, you can voice your frustrations, you can lay down your insecurities, you can bring any and all of whatever it is, and he would bring the manual to life. And eventually, as you grow older and experience more conversations, you realize that it was in the interaction with the writer that you began to grasp the manual. You begin to understand his heart. Just from you reading, from you doing this stuff, you are now grasping what it means. And though parts may seem redundant or confusing or unnecessary, you remember that he has never included fluff or frivolousness. It's a hard word to say. It is all fruitful. And the hard parts are always worth it. Isn't this our faith? Isn't this our lives? Isn't this our Jesus? We have his word as our manual, but then we also have him. And as we read and as we ask, as we sit and we do, we get to lean in and say, "Hey, what do you think about this?" Believe it or not, I do ask God that all the time. "What do you think about this?" Or how should I do that? And he always answers me, usually about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Have you experienced that? 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, he's answering me. What if we are filling our lives with things to do and things he never asked us to take on? Talk about keeping the main thing, and not doing the stuff that doesn't need to be done. That's what this is talking about. What if we are walking around with unrealistic expectations he never placed on us? What if we keep going, because we will, and then we get 20 years down the road and we finally ask him, "Hey, why does my life feel like this? I thought you said joy." And as he looks at us and grieves the distance we have run, he asks, "My child, did I even ask you to do all of that? I love you. I've been waiting for you to ask. Sit here. Your life is not a performance to me. It is your worship. I do not need all you do. I need your attention as you do it. And then I will show you. We will do it together. Oh, how less tired you will be. Together, we will count it all joy." So I think it's very telling of us that we try to do all these things that we think God wants us to do, that we feel that we must do. But if we really look at what God is telling us to do, sometimes it's a whole lot different. So the focus tip on this, take a look at your schedule this week and then ask God, "Hey, what do you think of this? Is he calling you somewhere else? Are you listening?" True worship is when you let him direct your steps. There's a song about directing steps, and I think there's probably even a scripture in there, but "the Lord directs my steps," or something like that. Does he really? Do you really listen to him? Do you allow him to direct your steps? And that's what I wanted to talk to you about today, because to be totally honest with you, I didn't even read that thing, the word for the week, until just then. And then I was telling you before about how God has directed my steps through the spiritual downloads that he gives me and tells me to do. That's totally awesome. I just love it. All right, so let me go back up here, and I'm going to talk about my business goal. Busyness. If I could write. Goal for today. Thank you for automatically capitalizing that. I didn't need you to, but that's okay. All right, so my business goal for today, I have some projects that I'm working on. As I said, I have this gentleman's book that we have finally finished the main manuscript. Thank goodness. We got all the text in there and stuff, and now we got to go back and look at the grammar or part of it and make sure. We've been correcting it, but just putting little things in there. Now we've got to put some pictures in and just build it up so that it is an entertaining, memorable piece of work. Because if you just open a book and look at it and it's all words, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm bored already. We don't want that. We want you to be excited to read it. We want you to think about it as you do it. So that's what we're doing with that. And I do have 2 websites that I've got to make some changes on. One is just some simple stuff. As we go back and forth, we get in the final. And once we get the final stuff, she's going to be ready to launch. The other lady, the other client rather, we are just kind of getting started on her. So the layout is done. Oh, and I want to tell y'all something right now. If you have not used Claude.ai, I'm going to put it in the chat. CLAUDE.ai, and I think it's more than likely it's going to be HTTPS, but if you have not used Claude.ai, you need to go use it. That thing is amazing. I think myself personally that it is better than ChatGPT because it allows you to kind of do a brainstorming type of thing. Now, let me say this about AI. AI is not some evil entity that's out there to overtake us humans and, assimilate us like the Borg does or anything. At least I haven't seen any AI stuff walking around here trying to do that stuff. So, and I always say by the time they get to overtake us, I'll be gone anywhere because I'm just turned 62. So, I don't have that many years left. Even if I live to 100, that's like 40 years from now, right? So I'm embracing AI and all that it can bring. Yes, there are dangers to it and stuff. We need to regulate it, all that. I ain't even talking about that. I'm talking about Claude.ai. Claude.ai allows you to kind of brainstorm with that system. And remember, these are computers, excuse me, just like I'm talking to you through a computer. And these are processing centers, processing, I don't want to say entity because an entity means more than like it's breathing or something, but it's a way. They have all this data. They put all the dumped all the data in there, and when you ask it these questions, it can answer you real quick because it can compute really fast. If I asked you to add this up, 2 plus 3 minus 5 divided by 4 multiplied by 16, add 3 tens on there, could you give me the answer right now? Well, if I did that to Claude.ai or ChatGPT, they could give me the answer. I don't even know what the answer is because I just made that up. So look at it like that. Look at it as a framework to help you and how it can help you think, help you just think of different things that are going on and just be creative. The creative world, people are saying, well, a graphic designer is going to be out, a website designer is going to be done, all these jobs, bull hockey. My thing is this, and I heard someone say this on YouTube, and I totally agree with it. AI is not going to be the detrimental downfall of humans, right? It is not going to destroy the human race, and it's not going to replace your job or you and what you can do. But the people who embrace AI right now and utilize it are going to be way ahead of the people who don't. So if you think, just like I remember when I was in high school, I know I'm getting off track for a little bit, but this is important. I know when I was in high school, some way years ago, because I graduated in 1980, the 1900s, I graduated in 1980, they were saying like computers are going to be, everywhere. If you don't learn how to use a keyboard, you're not going to be able to work. And look at it now. How many of you that are listening right now are using a keyboard? You're typing something. You're typing phone numbers, address, you're inputting data, something, right? So that was true. In 1980, when they were teaching us to just type with a regular typewriter, ching, ching, that thing. Now we have these electronic keyboards and all of that. So if you don't know how to do that, you're kind of out. It's going to be the same way with AI. So I want you to look at it that way. So anyway, my business goal for today is to get those changes to those websites and get that book finished so that I can send it to the client and he can look it over and we can go forward to the next step, which is publishing and it becoming a bestseller, right? Okay, so my Look at this. Today's verse, and you're going to see how this is going to correlate with the word for the week. Today's verse. And this is love, that we walk in obedience to his commands. As you have heard from the beginning, his command is that you walk in love. 2 John 1:6. That you walk in love. My reflection on that is that walking in love means thinking of others before I think of myself, but not forgetting my own needs. And thinking of others in the way that God wants us to help other people. I'm so excited about this new book contract that I just signed on to do, because this client is helping people who are formerly incarcerated to come out, get the skills, and then be able to take care of themselves without doing stuff that got them incarcerated in the first place. She sent me an email this morning, as a matter of fact, about one of her recent graduates who now just took on the role of, I think, human resources director, if I remember that correctly. He just graduated from her program like a year ago. Just imagine that person came out of incarceration. They went to this program to help them get back on their feet, and now they are director of a human resources department. That is amazing. And that shows you that, hey, we all mess up. But if we can show people love, if we can show them that we want the best for them, not ignoring ourselves, not bringing ourselves down in any kind of way, but we show them love like God tells us to do, it's all going to be okay, right? Most definitely. All right, so there's one more thing. Our next piece is my prayer and life goals. Prayer for today and life goal. Okay. I'd say pat myself on the back. This is looking really good today. Yay! All right, so my prayer for today is that I will stay excited for life and what is to come, and keep doing what I've been doing. Keep listening to God as he tells me to do these things. Keep moving forward with the things that he tells me to do. Stay in that right mind frame, because I'm telling you, your mindset controls everything. If you think you can't do something, you ain't going to be able to do it. If you think something is too big for you and you're not going to tackle it, you lost too, right? So I don't want that for you. I want for you to stay on track, stay excited, even in the face of when things are going wrong or not going right. Maybe you didn't get that contract, or maybe your client just quit on you, or maybe, I don't know, some other craziness just happened. I was just watching TV yesterday, and one of our beloved comedians who lives here in Atlanta, her house just burned down. She barely was able to get, Coco Brown, I think is her name. She was barely able to get her and her son out. And you say, well, what's some good stuff in that? The good thing is she was able to get her and her son out. Nobody lost their life. She lost her house. She lost things, but you can get things back together. Even if you're looking like, I have $1 to my name, at least you have $1 to your name. And that is truly the way I think about things. That's just how I am. So we can't be focusing on what we don't have and what should have happened and shoulda, woulda, coulda, and all that. We focus on the good things. We know that God has us. He loves us, and he's going to help us make it through. So my life goal for today, that was my prayer, was to just stay excited for life and what is to come. I am praying for a good friend of mine who is having a good friend, colleague, an associate who is having some issues about, staying positive. I'm not going to say their name today because I don't want to put them on the spot. They know who they are. I know who they are. God knows who they are. And I'm praying for this person, but I'm also praying for myself and for my husband, that we keep on this road that we're on, that we stay positive in life, keep going forward, and keep life exciting. You can have excitement in your life by just the things that you do for yourself. So I want that for you. So that's all I have for you this session. Thank you for joining me for Purpose-Driven Success sessions. And I can say honestly and truly today, it is working. It is working. Purpose-driven success, because I'm focusing on what God wants me to do. what my business needs, what I want to do. It's all melding together and we're moving forward. I can say that it's working because things are coming to me. Things are coming to me that I've, one, been working on for a long time, things that I haven't even thought about, and like, oh, yeah, okay. So I want that for you as well. So keep it up and join me next Wednesday. Same bat time, same bat channel, 11 a.m. See ya. Bye for now.